Welcome to our deep dive today, where we'll be exploring the Stanton House Finance Transformation Salary Guide 2025.
Sounds interesting.
This guide is a fantastic resource for anyone involved in finance transformation.
Yeah.
Whether you're a seasoned professional, a leader driving change, or an employer looking to hire top talent.
Right.
So I guess what stands out about this guide is it's not just a list of salaries, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, what I find really interesting about this guide is it goes beyond just listing salaries.
Yeah.
It really dives deep into the trends that are shaping the finance landscape, highlighting the skills that you need to stay ahead of the curve and the roles that are in high demand.
So it's kind of like a roadmap for navigating the future of finance.
Exactly. And it couldn't be more timely because the UK's financial landscape in 2025 is a little bit of a mixed bag.
Okay.
On one hand, we're seeing some positive signs like stabilizing interest rates and government investments, but we're also grappling with persistent inflation, geopolitical uncertainties, and ongoing productivity challenges.
It sounds like a bit of a tightrope walk for businesses.
It is, and that's where finance transformation comes in. Companies are realizing that they need to adapt and become more resilient, efficient, and focused on creating value.
Right.
And finance transformation is really key to achieving that.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
Finance transformation as the hero in this economic landscape.
Absolutely.
But what I'm really curious about is how this translates into the job market.
Yeah.
What are the recruiting trends looking like in this space?
Well, the economic climate of the past couple of years has definitely had an impact.
Oh, really?
With high inflation and interest rates, many organizations have taken a more cautious approach to large-scale transformation programs.
So instead of those big sweeping changes, there's been a shift towards a more measured approach.
Exactly. There's a greater focus on cost efficiency and making sure that every investment counts. And this extends to talent acquisition as well.
Right.
Companies are being more strategic, aiming to secure the right skills at the right price.
So it's a balancing act between finding top talent and managing costs.
Yes.
What does this mean for those looking to make a move or those already working in finance transformation?
Interestingly, it's created something of a buyer's market for talent.
Oh, okay.
There's a surplus of skilled professionals out there.
Right.
Which means that organizations have more options.
Yeah.
And this presents an opportunity for companies to attract expertise at competitive rates.
So it's good for the companies.
Yes.
But what about the talent themselves?
Well, it means that professionals need to be sharp and showcase the skills that set them apart.
Okay, so this is where the guide really comes in handy.
Absolutely.
Providing a clear picture of what employers are looking for.
Yeah, and one of the key takeaways is that finance transformation is no longer just a back office function. It's become a strategic driver for businesses.
So finance professionals are stepping out of the shadows and taking on more prominent roles.
That's right. By modernizing systems, adopting advanced tools, and leveraging data-driven insights, finance professionals are really helping organizations optimize costs, enhance forecasting, and drive innovation.
Yeah.
They're becoming strategic partners in achieving business goals.
I can see how this shift would require a whole new set of skills.
Absolutely.
It's not just about number crunching anymore.
Exactly. The guide highlights some really fascinating trends that are reshaping the skill set needed for finance transformation professionals.
Okay.
One of the biggest is the rise of sophisticated ERP systems.
Like what?
Well, we're talking about platforms like Oracle, SAP, D365, and Workday, often cloud-based and infused with AI.
So these systems are becoming the backbone of modern finance operations.
They are.
So what does this mean for someone working in finance? Do they need to become a tech expert overnight?
Well, it's not about becoming a software engineer, but it does highlight the importance of developing a blend of technical and strategic skills.
Can you give some examples of what those skills might be?
Certainly, data analytics is becoming increasingly crucial.
Right.
Finance professionals need to be able to extract insights from data, identify trends, and use that information to inform decision-making. Then there's automation. Understanding how to leverage automation tools to streamline processes and free up time for more strategic work is essential. And of course, there's AI integration. Being able to understand and utilize AI-powered tools is becoming a significant advantage in the finance world.
It sounds like finance professionals need to be comfortable working with technology and embracing its potential.
Absolutely. And this ties into another major trend that the guide explores, the integration of AI into ERP systems.
Interesting.
It's important to note that AI isn't replacing ERP systems.
Okay.
It's making them smarter and more intuitive.
So it's like having a superpowered assistant. working alongside the ERP system.
AI brings advanced analytics and predictive insights to the table, enabling better decision-making.
Right.
It also automates those repetitive tasks,
Yeah.
freeing up finance teams to focus on strategic initiatives.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about the impact this has on the day-to-day roles of finance professionals.
Sure.
How is AI changing the way they work?
It's shifting the focus from purely operational tasks to a more strategic approach.
Okay.
Instead of just managing efficiencies, finance professionals are leveraging AI-driven insights to shape financial strategies, identify growth opportunities, and mitigate risks.
So it's less about number crunching and more about big picture thinking.
Exactly. They're becoming the architects of financial strategy, using AI as a powerful tool to guide their decisions.
This all sounds incredibly exciting, but I can imagine it might feel daunting for those who aren't as familiar with AI.
Yeah.
What advice does the guide offer for those looking to adapt and upskill in this area?
The guide emphasizes the importance of continuous learning and adaptability. Okay.
It encourages finance professionals to embrace data analytics, understand the fundamentals of AI, and become comfortable with change management.
It sounds like a call to action for anyone in finance to embrace the future and stay ahead of the curve.
That's right. And speaking of staying ahead of the curve, there's another important deadline looming that the guide highlights.
Uh-oh, what's that?
The 2027 migration deadline for SAP S/4HANA.
Sounds serious.
It is. Businesses still running legacy SAP systems need to start planning for this migration.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, they risk facing some significant consequences.
What kind of consequences are we talking about?
Well, for starters, there are financial penalties for extended support.
So you have to pay more to keep using the old system.
Essentially, yes. You're paying more for an outdated system that might not be compatible with newer technologies and integrations.
Ouch. That's definitely not good for the budget.
Exactly. Plus, there's a growing shortage of professionals with SAP S/4HANA expertise.
Oh, so it's going to be hard to find people to help. It might be. Yes. So if you wait too long to migrate, you might struggle to find the talent you need.
Right.
And the cost of hiring those with the right skills will likely be higher.
And I imagine those outdated systems could pose some security risks as well.
You're absolutely right. Outdated systems are more vulnerable to cybersecurity threats.
Yeah.
And in today's digital landscape, that's a risk no company can afford to take.
So it sounds like migrating to SAP S/4HANA is a must-do for any business running on legacy systems.
It is, but it's not just about flipping a switch.
Right.
It requires careful planning, a clear understanding of the business objectives, and strong leadership to guide the process.
So this brings us back to the importance of those key finance transformation roles that the guide delves into.
Exactly. These roles are crucial for navigating change, implementing new systems, and driving successful transformation initiatives.
Okay.
And that's where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
So let's dive into those key finance transformation roles.
Okay.
The guide highlights several that are in high demand for 2025. At the top, you have ERP program managers and directors.
Okay.
They're essentially the conductors of the entire digital transformation orchestra, overseeing those massive projects and ensuring that everything stays on track.
That sounds like a role that requires a unique blend of technical expertise and leadership skills.
Absolutely. You need a deep understanding of ERP systems,
Right.
strong project management capabilities, and the ability to lead and motivate teams through complex change.
Yeah.
And the guide provides insights into the salary ranges for these roles as well, which can be helpful for both employers and job seekers.
Speaking of salary,
Yes.
what kind of compensation can someone expect in these leadership roles?
Well, according to the guide ERP program, directors can command a day rate between £1,100 and £1,800 if they're outside IR35.
Okay.
And between £1,300 and £2,000 inside IR35.
Wow, that's significant.
It is.
Can you quickly remind us about the distinction between inside and outside IR35 for those who might not be familiar?
Of course, IR35 is a set of tax rules in the UK that determine whether a contractor should be classified as employed or self-employed for tax purposes.
Okay.
It can get a bit complex, but the guide does a good job of explaining it in more detail.
Thanks for clarifying that. So based on those day rates, what kind of annual salary are we looking at for a permanent ERP program director role?
The guide suggests a range of £130,000 to £220,000 per year.
Not too shabby for leading the charge into the digital future.
No.
And what about those working closely with the directors?
Yeah.
The finance program managers?
They're crucial for keeping those complex projects on track, managing budgets, and ensuring smooth implementation.
Okay.
Their day rate typically falls between £750 and £1,000 outside IR35 or £800 and £1,200 inside IR35.
It was still a very comfortable salary range.
Indeed, and their annual salary range is between £90,000 and £130,000 according to the guide.
Now, I'm curious about the global process owners.
Yeah.
What exactly do they do within finance transformation?
They play a vital role. Think of them as the guardians of those core financial processes.
Oh.
Things like procure to pay, record to report, and order to cash.
So?
They ensure these processes are efficient, scalable, and aligned with the overall business strategy.
So they're keeping the financial engine running smoothly during these periods of change.
Exactly, and their expertise is highly valued.
Yeah.
The guide indicates a day rate between £650 and £900 outside IR35, or £800 to £1,200 inside IR35 for global process owners.
And what about their annual salary range?
Based on the guide's data, it's between £100,000 and £150,000 per year.
One role that really stands out to me is the finance data analyst.
Right.
We've talked a lot about the importance of data in finance transformation.
Yeah.
And it seems like this role is at the forefront of that.
Absolutely. Finance data analysts are the ones turning raw data into actionable insights that drive strategic decisions. They're using their analytical skills to identify trends, uncover patterns, and provide the data-driven recommendations that are so crucial in today's business world.
It sounds like a role that requires a combination of technical skills, analytical thinking, and the ability to communicate those insights effectively.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
They need to be proficient in data analysis tools and techniques.
Right.
But they also need to understand the business context and be able to translate their findings into clear, actionable recommendations.
And what kind of compensation can a finance data analyst expect?
The guide suggests a day rate ranging from £450 to £700 outside IR35 or £500 to £800 inside IR35.
And what about their annual salary range?
Based on the guide's data, it's between £65,000 and £95,000 per year.
It seems like there's a lot of opportunity in this field.
Yeah.
But I imagine the competition for these roles is pretty fierce.
It is a competitive field, but that's why this guide is so valuable.
Yeah.
It not only highlights the roles in demand, but also dives into the specific skills that will make you stand out.
So it's not just about having the right job title on your resume.
No.
It's about demonstrating that you have the skills and experience to thrive in a finance transformation environment.
Exactly. And those skills go beyond just technical expertise.
Right.
The guide emphasizes the importance of things like strategic thinking, strong communication skills, and the ability to collaborate effectively across teams.
So it's about being a well-rounded professional who can adapt to change, embrace new technologies, and contribute to the strategic goals of the organization.
You've got it. And that's what makes this guide so relevant for anyone involved in finance transformation.
Right.
Whether you're a seasoned professional looking to advance your career, a leader driving change within your organization, or an employer seeking to build a high-performing finance team.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. We covered a lot of ground, from the economic trends shaping the finance landscape to the specific roles and skills that are in high demand.
We have.
And we've only scratched the surface of what this guide offers.
That's true.
It truly is a comprehensive resource for anyone navigating the world of finance transformation.
It is.
But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The importance of strong leadership in driving successful transformation initiatives.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
And it's something the guide addresses in detail.
Can you elaborate on what the guide says about leadership in the context of finance transformation?
Of course, the guide emphasizes that successful transformation requires leaders who can articulate a clear vision, inspire their teams, and navigate the complexities of change. It's not just about implementing new systems. It's about creating a culture that embraces innovation, continuous learning, and data-driven decision-making.
So it's about leading with both head and heart.
Exactly. And the guide provides some practical advice for leaders on how to build trust, foster collaboration, and empower their teams to succeed in a rapidly evolving environment.
This has been an incredibly informative discussion.
It has.
But I know our listeners are eager to hear more about the company behind this impressive guide. Stanton House.
That's where we'll head next. Stanton House has a unique perspective on the finance transformation landscape. And we'll delve into what sets them apart in the final part of our deep dive.
So we've spent this deep dive exploring the insights from the Stanton House Finance Transformation Salary Guide 2025.
We have.
And it's clear that this guide is an invaluable resource for anyone navigating this complex landscape.
Absolutely.
I think what stands out to me is how the guide not only provides data and trends, but also practical advice for both professionals and employers. It's almost like having a trusted advisor guiding you through the intricacies of finance transformation.
It does feel like that.
Now, I'm curious to learn more about the people behind this insightful guide.
Okay.
Stanton House. What can you tell us about them?
Well, what's fascinating about Stanton House is that they're not just a recruitment agency.
Right.
They're specialists in finance transformation. They live and breathe this field. And that deep expertise really shows in their work.
So it sounds like they have their finger on the pulse of the finance world, working with organizations of all shapes and sizes that are undergoing transformation.
They do, and one thing that sets them apart is their commitment to truly understanding their clients' needs. You know, they don't just focus on filling a position. They take the time to understand the company culture, the specific challenges they're facing, and the type of talent that will thrive in that environment.
So it's a much more personalized and strategic approach to recruitment.
Exactly. They're focused on finding the perfect fit for both the client and the candidate. Building long-term relationships and ensuring that everyone wins in the process.
I appreciate that they emphasize a customer-focused approach. It's not just about transactions. It's about building trust and delivering exceptional service.
And that's what makes them stand out in the recruitment industry, you know? They're not just connecting people with jobs. They're connecting people with opportunities that align with their skills, their goals, and their values.
That's a powerful way to put it. It's about making a positive impact on people's careers and helping businesses succeed.
Absolutely. And they go beyond just recruitment.
Oh, really?
They also offer valuable insights and advice to help both professionals and employers navigate the ever-changing world of finance transformation.
I mean, this salary guide is a perfect example of that.
It is.
It's a testament to their deep knowledge and their commitment to sharing their expertise with the wider finance community. So for our listeners who want to explore the guide in more detail, and perhaps connect with Stanton House, where can they find more information?
The Stanton House website is a great place to start. You can download a copy of the salary guide, explore their services, and learn more about their expertise in finance transformation.